Hi, I'm Beth. I'm one of the business advisors at the SBDC at Lorain County Community College, and I'm joined today with Erica Larson. Erica is owner of Pixel Power CLE, and she can tell you a little bit more about her business. But I'm excited to chat with you today, Erica.
I'm excited to chat too.
So thanks for joining me. You and I chat often,
Yes.
and the other day we were chatting about what else? Digital marketing, social media, and of course the importance of video. And all of a sudden you were like, well, a vertical video, and was the way to, is what you should be doing. I was like, wait, what? And so I wanted to chat with you more about that today, a little more in depth about vertical video. But I'd like you to take a second and introduce yourself and the company that you own.
Sure. Well, hi, I'm Erica Larson. I am the owner of Pixel Power. We're a web design and social media marketing agency, and I specialize in working with marketing directors and owners of small to medium-sized businesses on implementing their marketing initiatives and campaigns. So it's been a really great partnership between me and Beth and getting to know each other and how I work with other marketing businesses. And yeah, we do get to chatting an awful lot about things that are new and happening. Like
most of it's
video.
Me going, now what do I do?
Right.
Yeah, but I certainly do appreciate all of the assistance that you give to me. But so yeah, let's talk about video. I mean, I know it's so important. I'm sure we don't do enough video at the SBDC. We're always trying to do what we tell our clients to do. But when you were like, oh, we really should, most things should be done in vertical as a vertical video. I'm not tech savvy, so I was like mind blowing. And I just think of like, oh, holding the phone, or like, because I know sometimes you should take photos a certain way, right? But I didn't know it really mattered which way your camera faced, especially your phone. So let's dive into that. Why vertical video?
Yeah, so it really depends on what it is you're trying to use your videos for. So it's not that most of your videos should be vertical. It's just that a lot of platforms are moving to a vertical space, or they're at least offering a part of their functionality to be vertical. So if you're only ever recording horizontally, it's not going to fit into the latest platforms and their offerings. For instance, the hot thing right now is TikTok, Instagram Reels. Those are both vertical video platforms. So even though, we have a tendency to record everything horizontal, for instance, just how this video is, if we're going to try to stand out in that space, we want to make sure to turn that camera and do vertical instead. Part of the reason is that you want to take up as much space on the screen as you can. So if you film a horizontal video, but then you upload it to an Instagram Reel or a TikTok, it's still going to be horizontal, and then the rest of the screen is going to be black. The top and bottom part are just going to be black. So, it's not enticing. You're not really keeping the viewer's attention the same way you would if you were to fill that entire screen.
That's so interesting, because as I'm even looking at our screen right now, it's black. Like I have your pictures next to me, and it's So yeah. I can see where that could be distracting for when you're watching like a marketing video, someone doing an ad or talking about a product or service they offer. And so, does it matter? Okay, so I film a video, but another platform would be better for horizontal. Like then I have to film the whole thing over again, or?
It really is best if you can gear your marketing campaigns around both. So not necessarily just regurgitating the exact same video, but our marketing is a lot of repeating the same things, right? Getting the same messaging out to people. But it doesn't mean that you should just reset the camera and give the same spiel, right? You should be in both spaces. But it really, again, depends on what you're using it for. If you're someone who is trying to build your YouTube presence, you want to build a YouTube channel, you're absolutely going to be recording horizontal video. But even YouTube now has a vertical version called YouTube Shorts. And the whole reason behind this is that people are using their phones more than ever to view video, and people just tend to not turn their phone, even if it's a horizontal video and it'll turn with the phone. We just don't do it. We don't
Right.
turn the phone. So
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, that makes right. And then it looks better in the mobile app,
Right.
like on your mobile and everything like that. So,
Right. I've
yeah.
noticed that, and this is something I need to do that I have yet to do. LinkedIn is my favorite platform. And I've always done horizontal video, or I would turn it square. Now, this used to be perfect because I could use a square video across platforms, IGTV, but IGTV is no more. So I'm not really concerned about it anymore. All of their videos are vertical. And so if I'm doing a LinkedIn video, I've noticed people have stopped doing as much of the horizontal, and they've stopped doing as much as the square, because on your phone, it's vertical video. That's how it appears on your phone. And if you're looking at LinkedIn on your desktop, for instance, it just turns it into a square automatically. So you don't have to worry about doing all that editing. It just kind of does it for you.
Interesting. That's okay. This is so, I love talking about this stuff because I mean, it's hard to know, right? It changes all the time. And so it's great to have experts like yourself that can break it down for us and really help us with what's best. And so, like, if I'm doing a vertical video for Instagram Reels, and we, you know, oftentimes we also have Facebook. And so we want to share that on Facebook at the same time. The vertical then works for Facebook too. I mean, is that good for Facebook stories or your Facebook posts, or should you is that when you would want to record it differently?
It's great for your Facebook stories. Absolutely. And it's not that you can't upload it as a regular post. You can, and it'll show up and it'll be fine. And I can't say that I've done a whole lot of comparison as to, oh, what does this look like on my desktop? Now, what does this look like on my phone? Because it does change. So it's hard to keep up with sometimes. But yeah, I mean, if you film it that way and you can upload it that way, that's okay. If you can make multiple different things, it really, it would benefit you, but it's not as big of a deal as a post. When we're talking about Facebook, I don't have as much of an opinion about the Facebook post. Yeah.
But at least if you make it for Instagram, you can use it on YouTube, you can use it on LinkedIn. That, like, I mean, then those are the main platforms that,
you can. And you kind of have to figure out who your audience is, and that could have to do with the demographics, their age group. Are these people who are much more likely to be viewing the videos on their desktop, or do you think they'll be using their phone? It really kind of depends who it is you think is watching the material that you're putting out. But having a horizontal video as a post on Facebook, but then vertical video go by as a story on Facebook would be a really effective method of doing things. So that would be good too.
Well, and it goes to like where we tell clients often, like, pick a day of the week, once a month, where you just do all your posts, right? So you could record several videos at one time, and not to make this overwhelming, right? Like, not like, oh my gosh, now I have to do this. Now, like, pick a few hours a week and do them.
Yeah.
Your marketing Monday or whatever you call it. Yeah.
Yeah. When you do that, I know it feels overwhelming to a lot of people. But the reason typically that it feels overwhelming is that they haven't figured out what it is that they're going to be marketing for the next month. So if they're only recording once a month, they're sitting down and going, okay, how am I going to do this? But if you come up with the plan first, this is what I'm going to be promoting this month. This is the kind of posts I'm going to be putting out. These videos will be great to show up in between the posts I'm putting out. So if you come up with the plan first, and you know exactly what you're going to be talking about in each of your videos, it's much easier to batch create.
Yeah. All right. So what we also chatted about equipment that we may need. I'm using my internal camera right now, and I know I'm supposed to probably have a web camera, or like who wants to hold their phone out like this to record a video? So I
Right.
think you even mentioned something about a selfie stick can be a tripod.
Yeah, my selfie stick does have a tripod to it, so I can set it up wherever I am and have that, be a steady thing. Because that's the thing, you can hold the phone, but it's going to be a little wiggly sometimes. Now, it really depends on what kind of content you're creating. I, for instance, follow a lot of van lifers, and so when they are like parked somewhere and they get out with their dogs and they're walking down the trail, I mean, I expect there to be some movement. It's not going to
Right.
be like, you know, but even they can get, I'm not sure what the term is actually, I can't think of it, but they can get a stabilizing device that keeps the camera from being too shaky as they're walking along. So it really kind of depends what kind of content are you going to be creating. If you're just sitting in your office, get yourself a nice tripod, or that'll hold your phone if you want to do vertical video on your phone or horizontal video. I, for instance, like to use my webcam for pretty much all the videos that I do in my office, but I will use and I can't think of the program I've been using lately, so I was trying something new. I'll use a program where I can say, no, I want this to be a vertical video, so I arrange it that way. So even though I'm using a regular webcam, it's recording it the way that I need it to record, but it's the same exact camera that I can then later do a horizontal video if I need one.
Okay. That's a great tip.
Another thing you might want to think about getting is some kind of lighting. If you're going to be doing recording videos inside, you want to make sure that you have some lighting that is shining on your face. So don't sit with the window behind you or blaring lights behind you, because what it does is it makes you a big shadow so that your facial features aren't visible, and it can just be really strange to just kind of see this shadow person. Some people love ring lights. I happen to just have 2 lights on stands. They're 2 tripods that are made for recording at your desk, basically.
And they're not expensive. They're not that expensive.
No, so many inexpensive options out there. It's really easy, even for the beginner, easily affordable, something you don't have to make a huge investment in. I think my first ring light might have been $10. It was something, so cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
mine wasn't very expensive to get. I think it was $20 or something.
Yeah, it was something that clipped to my phone, actually, because I didn't have a webcam at the time. It was like, okay, my phone is my device. That's what I'm using.
Right.
The only other thing is a microphone. An external microphone is how you're going to get the best sound, especially if you are going to be on location at all, or if you're moving around. If you're not just sitting in a quiet room, with nothing else going on, your computer microphone might be okay, but it'll be a lot more clear if you get an external microphone. It doesn't have to be something expensive either. That could be something you buy on Amazon that clips to your lapel, or just something inexpensive to start off with. Usually
those are great tips.
Yeah.
Anything else about video? Like, we know, you've said it many times, and I know it's more important than ever on social media. Videos, the way people are, we're attracting customers and things like that. If I just do one video a week, is that okay? Do I need to be doing videos every day? I know it's probably just depends, but could I start with just like 2 a month, or what's kind of best practices?
The key is to start. So it's hard, even for me. Ideally, I would put out a video every day. Do I? Not even close. So it's a hurdle to get over. First getting over the feeling nervous about it, or not being sure what you're going to talk about, getting yourself set up for it. And then, if you're worrying about editing, and, sometimes I have a friend who's a videographer. He wants me to pull out all the stops. He wants me to do all the things, and it stops me from posting. And I'm going to encourage everybody to just ignore the friend tips that you get. If you can actually get yourself on any regular schedule, it's going to be better than nothing.
And they don't have to be very long, do they? I mean,
No, no.
1 minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah, under a minute.
45 seconds.
Yes. Yeah. It's just something. I don't really like those videos that are like 3 seconds long. Those,
right.
And then they loop,
Yeah. Because then I'm like, wait, what was next? Like, was there something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And it says like click to read. And you're like, whoa, I can't even click that fast.
Right.
Right. But yeah. So, I mean, yes, ideally, we would all be putting out videos every day, but it's too much for most of us just starting out.
Right.
If you can get out 1 video a week to start with, and then you're comfortable and you're kind of in the groove, let's move up to 2 or 3 times a week. I think that would be really fantastic. It gets you a little bit in the groove. And then after a while, when you start feeling like, okay, I feel comfortable, I know what I'm saying, then you can start to worry about extra editing and all of that fun stuff. But getting going is the hard part. So come up with a schedule, something you can commit to, and then add to it once you are comfortable with sticking to that schedule. Push yourself a little further to do another one. Do something
I'll
a little
take that
more
with all of our clients. I'm going to try to do 1 video a week.
Okay.
So, see, I've announced it, so now I have to do it. So
yeah, you and me should have like a friend pact.
Yeah,
we should make a pact. You and me are committed to 1 a week.
Again, it's so important, and we really want to do what we also tell our clients to do, because we're in some ways like a small business. We're constantly trying to get new clients, keep our client, and help our clients. And we do social media, and we do email newsletters, and we do traditional marketing, and we're learning just as much, along the way, just like our clients. So,
right.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I commit to that, to try to do 1 a week. So,
and
stay tuned.
yes, to take it a little further while you're figuring that out, just make a decision about one kind, since we're all trying to just get rolling with it. So, maybe you're thinking that Facebook is your main platform. You're going to focus on Facebook. Some people only do stories. I've seen lots of people, even on Instagram, they only do stories. I don't really see any posts going out from them.
Well, is that where, like, in their feed, there's I know what stories are, but then in their feed, it's just all video. I don't see any just regular posts sometimes.
Yeah, those are reels.
Especially in like the fashion people and
right. Yes.
like
yeah, because that's the way it's moving, is they're completely moving away from static posts and Instagram. So you will start to see that where every picture in the grid is actually a link to a reel. So that is a good place if you want to start kind of transitioning over from static posts to video posts. Instagram stories would be a good place to start with that.
Okay. Well, that's doable.
Yeah.
That's doable. I will work on that.
Or Instagram reels or stories.
Instagram reels. Sure. I get it. Yeah. So
I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry.
I just was wondering, like, that's something I've been kind of keeping an eye on. I don't know if, like, why the stories and the reels are still separated. I actually wonder if they'll kind of, stories are shorter. So if you have quick clips of things, it can go through shorter things. Mm-hmm. The reels are more the lengthy videos now.
Yeah.
So that's why they're separated. Sorry, I was kind of thinking through it as we were talking.
That's okay. I wonder, I was wondering why you can't just look at a picture and click and read it. And, sometimes I don't necessarily want to listen to the video, but I get that's where they're going. I see that more and more. And so that's something that actually we'll try to do, is more reels on Instagram and see what the difference, how that affects our traffic and stuff like that. Because then at the end of all this, it's so important. This is a whole nother topic, to look at your analytics, like how many people clicked it, where did they click it from, all of that stuff. So, but that's a whole nother topic.
Right.
But how did the video help you? So yeah, that's another.
Yeah, it's fine. It's such a huge topic. And I know this is kind of a short chat, and so we're just sort of skimming the surface on all this stuff. but you know, we can always dive further in if we have something in particular we
Yeah.
want to hone in on.
Maybe we'll chat about doing a video about that. So
Okay.
yeah. So anything else we should know about vertical video or horizontal video or just videos in general?
I would think
It's a loaded topic. So I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to mind is show up in the video and be yourself. I think there is this tendency for people to shy away from the camera, and they'll try to get around these new video algorithms by technically making a video where they don't appear at all. So they will, you know, make something in Canva, for instance. They'll make something that's moving pictures and it's cute and everything, but you know, what's really going to drive people to want to watch what you're doing is you. So be in the video.
That's a great tip. And you actually told me that the other day when I asked you if I could just use like Canva to make a video and
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, so that's a great, and it's true because people are connecting with you. It's a way for them to get to know, like, and trust you. So
Yeah.
absolutely. And no, I love that tip. So well, thank you so much for chatting with me. And I look forward to future discussions about different topics. So
Yeah.
around
Sounds
video
good.
and so forth. So thanks so much, Erica.
Thank you.